Question now is that Clause 2? Yes. The question now is that Clause 2 stand part.
Speaker.
I call the Chair. Honourable Member Alfred Nairo.
Mr Chair, I rise to take a call on this bill, or the Parental Leave and Employment Protection Bill. Mr Speaker, the comments that have been coming, especially from Tracy Martin and others, have chosen to condemn both the National Party and also its members. And yet it's taken in a way that really has been quite offensive to many of us, because we have children, we've been raised by our own parents, and we have been in a situation where we know what it means to raise our children, to care for them, and yet what's been coming from the other side, and especially from Mrs Tracy Martin, which I'm a bit surprised about, because the truth is, many of us absolutely care for children. We not only care for children, we care for parents who care after their children. Mr Chair, I should say, Mr Chair, my parents came here from the Cook Islands. They didn't have much. My mother was a cleaner, my dad was a labourer, and they worked hard, often working 2 to 3 jobs. They didn't have much. Well, that's right, they were good parents. Mrs Asanati Luli Taylor, they were good parents, like your parents, I imagine. They were parents that came here with a dream and a belief that if they worked hard enough, their children would survive. And so to turn around and say that we don't care for what happens to our parents, that what happens to parents who look after children, is really offensive to us. Because we absolutely care in so many different ways, Mr Speaker, Mr Chair, about parents who look after children and about the children themselves. And we know, Mr Chair, that that's absolutely important to us. Mr Chair, I also want to say and also acknowledge the fact is that my colleague, Chris Tremaine, talked about the Social Progress Index. And this was measuring multiple dimensions of social progress. And really at the heart of this...
Order. I'm sorry to interrupt the Honourable Member. I have to advise Honourable Members that the ayes in the last vote were 60 and the noes were 59. So the motion, Clause 1 stands part, is correct, but I just want to correct the votes. 60 for the ayes and 59 for the noes. I call the Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr Chair. Mr Chair, as I was saying, the fact is that as my colleague Chris Tremaine raised, the Social Progress Index 2014 with 132 different countries showed that New Zealand was not only caring...
Sorry to interrupt the Honourable Member. The time has come for me to report progress.
The House is resumed. Mr Chairman.
Mr Speaker, the committee has considered the summary offences, possession of high-power laser pointers amendment bill and reports it without amendment. The committee, sir, has also considered the Parental Leave and Employment Protection 6 months paid leave amendment bill and reports progress. Mr Speaker, I move that the report be adopted.
The question is that the report be adopted. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. So the summary offences, possession of high-powered laser pointers bill is set down for third reading next sitting day, and the Parental Leave and Employment Protection 6 months paid leave amendment bill is set down for further consideration in committee next sitting day. And the House will stand adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow. Good evening, everybody.